Have you ever felt your money slipping through your fingers like sand without knowing why? Every single day, you might be making deadly mistakes that are crushing your shot at financial freedom. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of Sarah, an ordinary woman who lost everything because of these mistakes, and reveal the 10 fatal errors you need to avoid right now. Stick with me until the end, because the last one will blow your mind. Let me tell you about Sarah. At 29, she had a steady job, a cozy little apartment, and a dream: to live without the constant dread of bills piling up. Sarah thought she was on the right track. She paid her bills on time, bought what she wanted, maybe treated herself to a fancy dinner or a weekend getaway now and then. But behind her smile, there was a gnawing emptiness. Each month, her bank balance seemed to shrink. Her credit card debt crept higher, and the dream of financial freedom felt further away than ever. What Sarah didn't realize was that she was making mistakes that, like invisible chains, kept her trapped in a life of financial anxiety. Let's dive into the 10 fatal errors that destroyed Sarah's chances and could be destroying yours. Sarah's first mistake was spending without a plan. She didn't have a budget. Every paycheck that came in was like water through a sieve. It vanished fast. A $15 latte here, a streaming subscription there, a new outfit because she deserved it. By the end of the year, Sarah found she'd blown $8,000 on things she barely remembered. $8,000. That could have been the start of an emergency fund or an investment that could have changed her life. Have you ever stopped to add up what you spend on little things? A 2024 study by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority showed that 60% of Americans don't have a monthly budget. And you know what that means. Without a plan, your money isn't working for you. It's working against you. The fix is simple but powerful. Make a budget. Grab a spreadsheet, split your expenses into categories: housing, groceries, fun, and set aside at least 10% to save or invest. I've left a free budgeting spreadsheet in the description. Sarah only figured this out too late, but you don't have to make her mistake. Sarah's second mistake was ignoring bank fees. Every month her bank charged $30 for account maintenance, $10 for transfers, $5 for ATM withdrawals. Sounds small, right? But over 5 years, Sarah lost $2,500 just to fees. $2,500. That's a new laptop, a vacation, or the seed for an investment that could have grown so much more. And the worst part, she didn't even notice these fees because she never checked her statements. A 2025 report from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that Americans lose an average of $1,800 a year to unnecessary bank fees. Have you checked your account fees lately? The solution is straightforward. Switch to a fee-free online bank. Chime, Ally, SoFi. There are plenty of options that charge nothing. Sarah only did this after losing thousands. How long are you going to wait? The third mistake Sarah made was thinking she needed a lot of money to start investing. Investing is for the rich, she told herself. Meanwhile, the $100 a month she spent on takeout could have turned into $15,000 in 10 years with compound interest. Sarah didn't know that. She saw ads for mutual funds, stocks, even crypto, but thought it was too complicated, too risky, or that she'd get to it someday. Warren Buffett, one of the world's greatest investors, once said, "It's not about how much you make, but how much you keep and make grow." Start small. $50, $100 a month in an index fund or treasury bonds can change your life. I've put a free beginner's guide to investing in the description. Sarah lost years because she was too scared to start. Don't be like Sarah. Sarah's fourth mistake was living without an emergency fund. One day her car broke down. The mechanic charged $3,000. Sarah didn't have that money saved. She had to put it on her credit card with 20% interest. In a few months, that debt snowballed to $4,500, all because she thought she'd never need a safety net. A 2024 survey by the National Foundation for Credit Counseling showed that 70% of Americans have no emergency fund. And you know what happens when life throws a curveball? You pay a steep price. The fix is simple. Save 10% of what you earn every month. Start with $50 to $100, whatever you can. In a year, you'll have a safety net. Sarah learned this the hard way when she lost her job months later. Are you ready for the unexpected? The fifth mistake, and one that hit Sarah hard, was following generic advice. She watched YouTube videos promising get rich in 30 days or put all your money in this stock. One day, she dumped $5,000 into a stock some influencer hyped up without understanding the market. The result? She lost it all in a week. Sarah didn't research, didn't study, didn't question. She just followed what seemed easy. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, said, "Your financial education is your greatest weapon." Don't trust get-rich-quick promises. Seek out reliable sources, study, ask questions. Want to start? I've linked a course in the description that's helped thousands understand real investing. Sarah lost everything by following bad advice. You don't have to go through that. Sarah's sixth mistake was over-relying on credit cards. She thought credit was a lifeline, a way to keep up with her lifestyle when money was tight. A new phone, a weekend trip, even groceries. She put it all on her card, thinking she'd pay it off later. But the interest rates, some as high as 25%, turned small purchases into massive debts. By the time Sarah realized it, she owed $10,000, with hundreds going to interest each month. A 2025 study by NerdWallet found that the average American household carries $7,000 in credit card debt. Are you leaning too hard on credit? The fix is simple. Use credit cards only for what you can pay off in full each month. If you're already in debt, prioritize paying off high-interest balances first. Sarah's credit card trap kept her awake at night. Don't let it steal your peace. The seventh mistake Sarah made was chasing financial trends. She heard about crypto, NFTs, and hot stocks at parties or on social media and jumped in without a plan. One time she put $2,000 into a crypto coin because everyone said it was the future. A month later, it crashed, and she was left with $200. Trends can be tempting, but they're often traps. A 2024 report from Morningstar showed that 80% of retail investors lose money chasing hyped-up assets. Are you following the crowd? The solution is to stick to fundamentals. Invest in diversified, low-cost index funds or ETFs. Research before you leap. Sarah learned to ignore the noise after losing big. You can start smarter. Sarah's eighth mistake was neglecting taxes. She never thought about how taxes ate into her income or investments. One year, she got a side hustle, made $5,000, but didn't set aside money for taxes. When tax season came, she owed $1,500 she didn't have. Taxes aren't sexy, but ignoring them is a disaster. The IRS reported in 2025 that 40% of gig workers underpay their taxes, leading to penalties. Do you know your tax obligations? The fix is simple. Set aside 25 to 30% of any extra income for taxes and consult a tax professional for investments. Sarah's tax bill was a wake-up call. Make sure you're prepared. The ninth mistake Sarah made was ignoring insurance. She thought health, renters, or car insurance was just another expense to skip. Then, a minor car accident cost her $4,000 out of pocket because she only had basic coverage. If she'd been injured, it could have been tens of thousands. A 2024 Gallup poll found that 15% of Americans are underinsured, leaving them vulnerable. Are you protected? The solution is to review your insurance needs. Health, auto, home, and get adequate coverage. It's not about fear, it's about peace of mind. Sarah paid a heavy price for skipping this step. Don't make the same mistake. Sarah's 10th mistake was failing to diversify her income. She relied entirely on her day job, thinking it was secure. But when she got laid off, her income dropped to zero overnight. No side hustle, no passive income, nothing to fall back on. A 2025 LinkedIn study showed that 50% of Americans now have a side gig to supplement income. Do you have more than one income stream? The fix is to start small, freelance, sell a skill online, or explore passive income like dividends. Sarah's layoff was a harsh lesson in depending on one source. You can build a safety net now. Sarah lost a lot: money, time, confidence. But she chose to change. She started budgeting her expenses, cut out bank fees, invested $100 a month, built an emergency fund, sought solid financial education, paid off her credit card debt, ignored trendy investments, planned for taxes, got proper insurance, and started a side hustle. Today, Sarah's on the path to financial freedom. She's not rich, but she lives without fear of bills. And here's the shocking part. All it took was avoiding these 10 mistakes to transform her life. Do you believe this really happened? Sarah's story is real, like so many others. Maybe you see yourself in her. Maybe you're one mistake away from losing it all, or one step away from changing everything. In the description, I've left a free budgeting spreadsheet and a course that's transformed thousands of lives. Click now, start today, and don't let these mistakes destroy your financial freedom. If this hit you hard, it's because this video was meant to reach you. Like this video? Share it with someone who needs it. Comment below with your biggest takeaway and subscribe to the channel, but only if you're brave enough to change.